I'm back. It hasn't been that long, but I actually looked through all of my videos from start. I couldn't watch the first one. That one was too hard. The first two I couldn't watch because they were too emotional for me. But I watched everyone up until the last one I did, up until the first two. And going back and just kind of reminiscing on how I was feeling during that time and versus now, it's so weird because I remember all of those feelings. Sometimes I feel like I would forget. Like, I don't remember feeling like that, but it's like it takes you back to that exact moment. So when I'm watching myself talk about going through certain things in that time, it's like I'm right there. It's like I remember. It's like I can see. It's like I'm looking at the screen at myself, but it's like I'm still talking. It's like I'm going back in time almost. It's just a weird experience. Um, in some cases, I don't even recognize myself. It's amazing what a year over. Well, it's over been like almost 2 years now. Can do when you really start processing everything. And I think in the beginning I was just naive to the fact that it was going to be easy to get through because I felt like, well, I'm getting out of a bad situation, so I should feel better about my life. I should be happier right away. And that's not the case. It's just it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time. When I watch the videos, I kind of get mad at myself because I'm like, cheer up. Like, why aren't you, just make the best of it. It's not that bad. But when you're going through those times, nothing can cheer you up. Nothing can make you feel better. And I remember just being so sad. I mean, I had a sad day actually yesterday. Yeah. It was short-lived. And even though they're few and far between, I still have my days where it's just sadness. It comes out of nowhere. And it's, you feel like, oh, it's been this long, but you start feeling that empty feeling. You start feeling that lonely feeling. Like, I'm so grateful for this house, and I'm so mad at myself because I'm so happy. But it's like I start feeling like, but I'm alone. And it's like, you're such an idiot. Oh my God. It's like looking at myself and I'm like, you're an idiot. Stop it. Stop being sad. Seriously. There are people that are in worse situations than you. Like, stop yourself immediately. And it's so annoying to me. I know how ridiculous I probably look and sound a lot of times. But it's like these feelings come up and I have to learn in this process to take control of my feelings, take control of my emotions. Because when they come, you don't have to be subject to them. And one of the things that I noticed about myself earlier on, when I first started, I was on meds. I was taking Zoloft. Before that, I was on bupropion or something like that, dealing with anxiety, depression. So, and I haven't been on it. To be honest, I hadn't been on it for almost a year. Almost a year now. Maybe a little less than a year because it wasn't too long after the separation. Like, even after separation, I kind of was still depressed and things, so I was still on them. I was seeing a counselor up until maybe 2 months ago. I haven't seen a counselor. I do plan on going back, but it wasn't a matter of me thinking I'm better or anything like that, or healed. You know, it's just money. It's like $75 a pop, you know what I'm saying, to see this particular person. It's not expensive. Mental health, I had meant to talk about mental health before. Mental health is an issue. Has been an issue for a while. I know in the Christian community, people keep mental health as like behind like a secret. And I know being raised in a church, mental health wasn't talked about. It just was a situation where you, it's just, you know, it's just demonic attacking, you know, demons attacking you, the devil attacking you, you know, you just gotta fight it, you just gotta pray through it, you just gotta get delivered, get deliverance, get prayed for, get them, you know, get the demons cast out of you, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, rah, you know, and one, you feel you're scared because you're just like, is it demons? Am I demon possessed? You know, you're just like, you feel, and I was raised Pentecostal, so you know, like if you know anything about that, it's a lot. And I loved it. You know, I'm not, you know, talking bad about it. I just feel like there were some things that could have been handled differently. Say that. I don't feel like everything can be just handled with prayer. I do believe that there's a reason why God gives knowledge to doctors and to people, and there are there are things in the earth to help come together to help people, you know, to balance people out. I feel like if a person needs medication for however long they need it, I don't feel like they should feel bad about it. I don't feel like they should feel like they're less of a Christian or they don't have faith because they're sad or they're depressed or they have anxiety. I don't think that a person should feel like they're being oppressed by the devil all the time, because that makes you even more depressed. I just don't feel like every single thing has to do with the devil. Like, I just don't feel that. I just don't. I do think there's some things, but I don't think it's all things that are bad is the devil. I feel like that we have imbalances, chemical imbalances in our bodies that it just is what it is. We have diseases like Jesus healed people from diseases. And yeah, there were some that were demonic, but a lot of it was just illnesses, physical ailments, you know? And I just think sometimes we got to use common sense. When people are so OS, and when I say OS, I mean like over spiritual, it's like all common sense goes out the window, you know? Sometimes we have to ground ourselves and just say, you know what, let's use some logic now. You know, that we have modern medicine for a reason. I don't think we should, you know, depend on it all the time. But I feel like if it's going to help somebody, I think you need to take it. I don't regret any of the times I took the Zoloft, any of it. Because there's no telling what I probably would have done to myself, to my kids, to my ex-husband. You know, I just wasn't right. And a lot of it had to do with, you know, pregnancies throw you off, you know, postpartum. I mean, just so many bodily things, like chemical imbalances that just throws you off. And I just feel like we just got to be careful to not hinder people from that, or keep them from taking that route. I feel like we shouldn't guilt people or make them feel bad about it or anything. It's a fact of life. It just happens, you know, it just happens. And so I think the more we talk about it, especially Christian people, I think that it'll help set free a lot of folks that are struggling with it. and they've done everything. They prayed, they read their Bible, they fasted, you know, because then you start feeling like you're a bad Christian. You feel like something's wrong with you. You feel like you know, I must be, you know, sinning. I must be, you know, the devil must be in me, you know, and I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just saying, like, sometimes we just got to come down from the mountain, you know what I'm saying, and get grounded and use some gosh darn common sense. That's it. I feel like God, you know, does miracles all the time. I feel like prayer can do wonders. But I just feel like there are times when God uses doctors. He uses medicine to cure people. What a concept. You know, we shouldn't limit God to just, you know, one thing sometimes. I do believe in miraculous. I will never say I wouldn't, you know, never say I didn't believe in that. But I do believe in just being sensible about things. And so, and that weird noise, if you heard it, was my cat being so weird. But so I'll just say that, so yesterday I was feeling kind of down, and it was just because my girls, anytime my girls aren't here, I just start feeling more lonely. And me and my ex-husband actually talk about that, you know, just that empty feeling, like, you know, you realize you really know you're single and alone when your kids aren't there, because your mind's just on them all the time. So when they're not there, you're just like, oh wait, it's quiet, oh my gosh, you know. And that's part of the reason why I got a cat, because you know, I like being alone, but it's like you miss companionship, and I think I talked about that before. And one of the things I've learned talking with the friends, that I have to get out more. I like doing this, like sitting at home, watching TV, reading a book, scrolling on my IG or on Facebook, just chilling by myself. I love it, you know. But, and that's totally an Aquarius thing, being in hermit mode all the time. But she's like, if you want to meet the one, you've got to go out there. You got to go have fun, go to parties, hang with friends, go to events, go to, you know what I mean, like go to the museum, go to concerts, you know, things like that. And I started saying to myself, you know, that's right, because nobody's going to just find me. They're just going to come knocking on my door at my house or whatever. It's like, you do got to go out there and be amongst people. And so just coming out of my comfort zone, because this is comfortable to me. This is my comfort place. And this is, you know, I am definitely, it's like, I'm such an introvert. I can be an extrovert when I'm ready to, but it's like, I prefer to be indoors, minding my own business, you know. So that's going to be something new for me. I am just going to start putting myself out there. And I'm not saying like out there, like on like dating sites and stuff. I mean, like, I'm going to start going places and doing more things and being more social. Okay. And we'll see what happens. Because I actually had a dream, and this is something that I wanted to talk about initially, was that I had a dream that I met my soulmate. And I knew that it was him because the connection was really intense. And this is one of those dreams that was so real, like I couldn't deny it was like meant for me. Like, you know, it wasn't just one of those random dreams, it's just like weird, and you wake up and you're just like, oh, that's a weird dream. No, it was so, like, everything was so specific. Because just down to certain details, and I won't go through the whole thing, but basically me and my friend Stephanie were out walking at a festival or a fair. It looked like in Atlanta, Piedmont Park or something. Like, it was just, you know, just outside. It was a really pretty day. A lot of people were there, and you know, we were just laughing, cutting up, having a good old time. And the person comes to me, and they're like, oh, I found you. Like, he grabs my arm, and I'm like, whoa, what are you? And it's like, I recognize this person because they were a pretty famous person, which is neither here nor there. But I think that was just a fact showing that I would recognize this person. When I saw them, I would just be instantly like, oh, you know, drawn to this person. So he grabbed my, he's like, I found you. I've been looking at you on social media, and I've been looking for you. I finally found you, and I'm not letting you go. Like, he just grabbed my arm, and then he's like, come on. And like, he takes, like, I basically say, bye, Stephanie. I'm sorry, Stephanie. If this really happens, I want to apologize ahead of time. Because you know I'm gone. So I totally leave her hanging, but she just kind of laughs and said okay. And we, like, he takes my arm in his arm, and like a big heart, like tough grip, and I'm like, okay. And we're just talking and laughing, and just like, you know, like I've known him all my life kind of thing. And he takes me to his mom's house. He's introduced me to his mother. She's like, I've been waiting to meet you, and this and that. And I'm like, what? And it was like all these people. It was his family, and you know, big family, and they were all over that house, and they were all like happy to see me, and just, you know, like they knew me. I didn't know any of them, but they knew me. And it was really cool. It was like, first it was kind of like, whoa, but I remember the feeling, and I think that's what I'm taking from it. It was that feeling of being at comfort, and not, it wasn't weird, it was comfortable. It felt like I just known him all my life. His family just took me in. He was, and there was other parts I just don't want to talk about, but he was very spiritually strong, and we just connected on a different level that I, you know, haven't felt in a long time with someone. And it was just, when I say it was really real, it was so real. It felt so real. I don't know if anybody's ever had like those out of body kind of dreams, but I have them. I don't have them often, but I've had them all my life, and they're always really significant, and they usually come true to some fashion of some sort. So when I had this dream, I had to, like, I did a voice memo because I didn't have time to write it down, but I usually write my dreams down. So there were so many factors to it. He was in a church kind of guy, but still like really just down to earth, really humble, really nice, you know, and would not let me go. Like, when I tell you, he had a grip on my arm in my hand, and I was like trying to like pull away, you know, because I'm like, okay, you can ease up a little bit. It wasn't happening. So I think God showed me that to show me that he still has the best for me, and for me not to worry and not to be sad. The dream I had actually was the night before Valentine's Day, and I thought it was so befitting because I wasn't depressed that day, and I think God knew to send me that so that I wouldn't be. And even yesterday, when I got sad, it was like somebody had to bring that back to my memory. It's like, don't forget, like, remember that dream you had, and you were out and about. Get out there, you know, he's out there, and it'll happen sooner than later. And so yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at that, where sometimes your dreams are more than just dreams, and you gotta pay attention to them, because they're also messages for you, and they're there to uplift you, to encourage you, to give you wisdom. They're healing. And so I could have, nor any other time, you know, some months ago, I probably would have been sad for a couple of days, you know, but it was like maybe a couple hours, and then I was just like, okay, I'm good, you know, I'm over it, and I was hopeful again. So I think think what God is teaching me is that just to stay hopeful and to not get in that low vibrational like feeling where you're just down all the time. Keep your spirits uplifted, and because that's when things come to you. That's when the good things come to you. When I was talking about love and putting love out there, just like magnets attract each other. So it's just like that happiness. This, you know, it's very contagious, you know. And so I think about that dream, like, what if I was just out, like, being, like, all mopey and sad? Like, would he notice me? Would he, you know, if I had not gone out there, he wouldn't have noticed me. He wouldn't have found me. So, it's a sign just to, like, get out there, you know, have fun. Because it's when I'm out having fun that he's going to come. And so, so I just wanted to share that, you know, just to be hopeful and not to be sad, and to know that all good things come to those who wait patiently, you know. Just gotta wait until it comes, and it'll be good. So that's it. Until next time. Peace.